Welcome everyone. In today's video I wanted to talk about all of the important things that happened in the Solana ecosystem last week. And the first item comes from Zeta Markets. So they have introduced the Zeta liquidity world pool. So they put out a post on their Twitter. So I'm just going to go through it because I think that it is important for the option space on Solana. So it starts with Zeta's margin framework, which has been built for under collateralization. So anyone who deposits can trade with more than $1 for every dollar they deposit. This allows anyone to effectively apply leverage and use their capital in a much more efficient way. Portfolio cross margin means that all individual portfolio positions are associated with each other. So every asset or unrealized P&L on Zeta can be used to open new positions. This empowers everyone to be able to trade more, and the liquidity world pool gets even bigger. So this is quite important for the option space, and if you guys are familiar with FTX, one of the reasons why I think they grew so big was A, the excellent business development, but B, was enabling for portfolio cross-margining. Like, you were able to use any arbitrary DeFi collateral there to trade against. And it's great that Zeta Markets is taking that approach. It's similar to what MangoMarkets is doing. There you can use I think 8 different types of collateral to trade against, which is really cool. So just continuing, scalable volume. Traders on Zeta have low spread, no hidden fees, and can all win at the same time. Market makers trade on the volatility, asset managers want to hedge positions, and liquidity is constantly being added to the world pool. So finally, the addressable market is huge. Everyone from a hedger to risk on degen to a yield earner's life is made better with options. The end result, more traders, more liquidity, tighter spreads, and more traders. So the fact that they've added portfolio cross-margining means that there's going to be more portfolio strategies that you'll be able to use Zeta Markets for. And all these structured product protocols such as Katana, Friktion, Tap Finance, Chest Finance, they'll be able to do more exotic option strategies as well and give that access to the ordinary user. So this is really cool. I expect a lot of people to be using Zeta Markets because they'll be hosting the front end on Arweave, which means it's decentralized and hopefully it won't go down. And also hopefully it also means that you won't have to use a VPN to access Zeta Markets, because I know with Psi options, for example, you will have to use a VPN if you want to trade on there. And the last update from Zeta Markets is that they'll be live on Mainnet on the 17th of January. So definitely go ahead and check it out. The next item I want to talk about comes from Friktion. So on their Twitter, they posted that UST is now supported on Friktion. So you'll be able to go to the sustainable stables part of Friktion and then use your UST, put it into a cash secured put vault. They'll take the UST, sell a cash secured put on Luna, and it'll currently get you 32.2% APY, so that's great. The next item I wanted to talk about comes from Solend. So they put out this article on their Medium talking about isolated pools. So this is a new product coming to Solend, and I think it's a game changer, and it really will elevate Solana DeFi. So isolated pools are separate lending markets that support a set of assets that can be used as collateral for loans against each other. This is in contrast to having a single cross-collateral pool in which assets can be borrowed against any other. If you look at Solend currently, you'll just see one global cross-collateral pool, and that's the same with, Apricot, Port Finance, Soda Protocol, all of the other money markets as well. They have, a similar system set up, but Solend is looking to integrate isolated pools, and it'll be one of the first protocols on Solana to do so. But we'll talk about why this is important, right? If they don't have strict standards on what collateral that they can actually use on Solend, we run into a couple of problems. Cream Finance, for example, was listing a lot of long tail DeFi assets, and that led it to being hacked multiple times, once for $19 million and another for $130 million. So if you go onto the Rect website, if you just click on this and this, it will show you exactly what happened. Let's consider 2 examples. This first example, and this is the reason why they can't just allow any random DeFi token or any random meme coin as collateral on Solend. So here we have Poo, which is an imaginary token with minting controlled by a DAO. Say that it's listed on Solend. Well, the Poo governance process might be subverted, allowing an attacker to mint an infinite number of Poo tokens. The minted Poo tokens are then deposited into Solend and used as collateral to borrow all other available assets on Solend. Poo is then dumped, bringing the value of the collateral to effectively 0. So in this scenario, basically, the attacker has been able to come in, deposit a ton of Poo tokens in, and then just rinse any collateral available to be borrowed from Solend. So it could steal like basically all of the TVL. So in the second example, Poo has low liquidity, which makes it easy to manipulate the price. So Poo's price is manipulated and misreported as being extremely large. So once again, Poo tokens are deposited and used as collateral to borrow all available liquidity. In this scenario, the value at risk is simply all of the available liquidity. Note that deposit limits and LTVs don't help here, since even one Poo token is effectively worth an infinite amount. So they could manipulate the price of this token so that they only need to deposit one of them, and then they can drain everything that is listed on Solend. So they're going to solve this problem by introducing isolated pools, where it's not an exact problem solver because the attacks described above are still possible. However, the value at risk is limited to a single isolated pool and not Solend as a whole. So what are the implications of isolated pools? Well, you'll be able to earn interest on any SPL token, borrow against any SPL token as collateral, borrow against any AMM LP position as collateral, and then leverage long or short any SPL token. So this is a great thing needed in DeFi. Being able to short sell tokens is like super vital because it enables tokens to be more stable and less volatile. Once you can short sell a lot, and it will enable tokens to be a lot less volatile. So this idea has been proven to hold water by Rari Capital's Fuse, which is an Ethereum-based isolated lending protocol with $1 billion in deposits. Funnily enough, one of my first videos on this channel was talking about Rari Capital and their main product, Fuse. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have several different pools here. People will be able to make their own pools, set like different parameters for loan to value ratio, what collateral can be deposited, what you can borrow against, different interest rates, so on and so forth. So you have like a Solend pool, Tetranode pool. That's interesting. So that looks fairly similar to what Rari Capital does with Fuse. So if we just take a look at their website, if I just go back here, this is what Fuse looks like. There's $1 billion of TVL in Fuse right now. And we have lots of different pools here. So if I just click on Tetranode's locker, this is what Solend's isolated pools are going to look like. But this opens up new things like being able to do a 9-9 strategy with your Invictus DAO tokens potentially, as you can do with your Olympus DAO tokens on Fuse right now. So the next item I wanted to talk about comes from MangoMarkets. So they've added some new spot market listings. So you have Avalanche, Luna, and BNB. So it's available as collateral to leverage trade and borrow for margin trading at MangoMarkets. The next item comes from DeFi Land. So they're introducing new DeFi Land NFTs. So in the second half of January, there will be the first DeFi Land NFT sale, for which you will need Sol to purchase one. So DeFi Land was created to gamify every single product and service in the crypto industry, and they believe that gamification is key to mass adoption. And so the NFT drops are going to be gamified, competitive, and fun. So instead of doing another 10K, generative NFT drop, they're going to do something different. So participants will receive DeFi Land seeds, which must be planted in the game. So planting the NFT seeds means locking into a smart contract for 30 days. And then after planting your seeds, you'll be able to water your plant daily. So there are a few hoops that you'll need to jump through to actually buy one of these DeFi Land NFTs. So to water your plant, you'll need some DeFi Land tokens. You'll be able to water your seeds once in 24 hours, and plants will grow depending on your watering activity. After 30 days, it will be grown up and ready to harvest. So there'll be 5 different tiers which users will get based on their watering activity. So the more that you take care of your plant, the better tier you'll get in. Placing in the higher tier will get a higher chance to unlock rare and multiple NFTs. So if you're going to go ahead and do this, it probably makes sense to do an alarm every day. So just make sure you can actually get into those higher tiers and actually water your plants. Once harvested, users will see what they get from the plant. There will be various NFTs which will be used in-game for play to earn. Details about specific NFTs, attributes, rarity, utility, date, place, and more are coming soon. And if you don't stake your seeds, you'll still be able to get the NFT, but you will end up getting the most common one. You'll be able to harvest your seeds whenever you wish after the unlock date. So DeFi Land will introduce the first play-to-earn mechanics in February during the public beta, and NFT owners will be able to start earning DeFi Land and other resources through the game. So if you want to learn more about what's going on, you can go ahead and check out the docs. I think I'll be making a video soon talking about DeFi Land and my experience with it. The next item comes from 01 Exchange. So they're going live on Mainnet on the 27th of January, and they're going to offer some cool new products. So here's what they're going to do. They say that they've built the most robust and scalable derivatives platform capable of supporting up to 100 different markets and up to 50 different collateral types, all cross-margined and cross-collateralized. So this is really cool. So it looks like they're doing something similar to MangoMarkets in the sense that on MangoMarkets you can deposit any arbitrary collateral there. Well, you can deposit lots of different collateral there and then trade against it with perpetual futures. So 01 Exchange will be doing something similar, and it will be cross-collateralized as well, similarly to MangoMarkets, which is nice because, like I said before, it's what helped propel FTX to success. So it's cool that 01 is doing something similar. So they will be offering both perpetual futures and power perps. So I'll speak more about that in a second. But if you first heard of 01 Exchange, they were going to bring about everlasting options. However, they introduced it onto their public devnet, and they realized there were some flaws in the everlasting options design. So I don't think that will be live on mainnet on the 27th when they go ahead and launch. But we'll still be able to play around with power perps and regular perpetual futures. And I wanted to speak more on power perpetual futures and why they're exciting. So Open launched a similar product, so it's live on Ethereum mainnet. So they've called it Squeef, which is squared ETH, which is similar to Squall, which is squared Sol. But how it works is going to be similar as how it works on 01 Exchange. So just taking a look at this, these are the different payoffs for different products. So if you're going along the power perps, it's going to have a different payoff than using leverage or even a call option. You're not going to be getting liquidated. You're not going to be paying a premium to enter the position. You'll be paying a funding rate, and you won't have to roll it over, which is quite nice. But I just want to show you exactly how the P&L is different from, say, 2x leverage on a perpetual future. So leverage positions with unlimited upside, protected downside, and no liquidations. So here you can see that you've got more upside and you also have less downside. Now you see these dotted lines here. This is where you would get liquidated. So technically, once you go below like minus 50% in a 2x leverage long, you're going to get liquidated. However, with a power perpetual future, you're not. You're still going to lose a lot of money, but you're not going to lose as much money as you were, taking on a leverage position. So that's really cool. The one downside I would say for doing this versus like a 2x leverage per position is that your funding rates are going to be sky high. So from early data that I've seen, I don't know if I'm misinterpreting this or not, or I just misread it. Basically, you're paying 0.93% a day to stay long this power perpetual future. So that's quite a bit if you think about it. And the last thing I wanted to talk about today is the new game mode for OpenEra. And they've just launched a little trailer for it. So we're going to take a look at it right now. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Just remember that none of this video is financial advice, and make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one.